there. It is Roga Poshe. How do you do? So today we'll be talking about children that are not reading. So a lot of parents want to know what to do when the children are not reading. They're worried, oh, my child can't read, my child can't read. And these are typically parents, African parents, I find. I rarely had a parent that is not African asking that about their child's reading abilities. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but the concern, the worry. Some parents want their children as little as 2 years old to be reading. They compare their children with other people's children. Now, that's not the way to go. My daughter didn't read till she was 5 because that was not the strategy that was used when she was in the UK. The emphasis was not on reading, but on total development of the child. So we need to stop emphasizing the need for our children to read and know mathematics when they are 2 or 3 years old and they're counting and writing from 1 to 100 to 1000. Some people even teach them different tricks and all sort of things so that they can count to 1000 in no time. Now, number mastery is very important. It's more important than cramming. So the child must be able to say, for example, what comes before number 18. Not just root counting from 1 to whatever number. They might be able to do it, but they might not be able to tell you 2 numbers before number 24. So you want number mastery. You're not looking for the child. The foundation is 1 to 100. And when it comes to the reading as well, expose the child to all sorts of reading, singing, rhyming. Those are all foundations for reading. It's not about pen to paper. Motor skills need to be built, so you also need to get fine motor activities for the child to read. So pegging, threading, picking, sorting things, the child can do all those sort of things. You're not supposed to begin to worry. And if you're a teacher or a parent, the first thing you do when your child is not reading is not to say, oh, even if you've seen signs that are familiar to you, oh, the child is autistic, oh, the child has this or that. That is not your position as a parent or as an educator. They are professionals that are supposed to diagnose and say, this is what the matter is and this is the way forward. They will plan out a path. They will map it out for your child to continue. Now, reading and writing are important, but they're not the end all and be all. A child that has good manners will have good manners for life, most likely. However, a child that cannot read and write at 20 or 30 can still learn to read and write. So we must understand that there's a place for teaching values, teaching manners, etiquette, everyday skills, and there's also room for numeracy and literacy. Numeracy and literacy will come to the child. So we need to take it easy. We need to not compare our children to the children that we see around. We need to not put pressure. So the stages of development, we know that children will learn certain things at certain times. However, the pressure of the typical Nigerian or African parents, from what I see and read online, and I hear and I've experienced because I work in a school and I have access to so many educators, teachers, school heads, and all sorts of caliber of educators. We know that so many people put pressure on their children. They want them to read. And it is important that those children are learning skills, communication skills, problem solving skills, creativity. They're critical thinkers, they're explorers, they're lifelong learners. What you really want is not for them to cram. What you want them to do is to understand, and you take it in bite-sized chunks, no pressure, bite-sized chunks. That's what we need to do. So we need to calm down. We need to stop rushing children. Some people have 4-year-olds in year 1 as primary 1, elementary class 1, whatever it is, in whatever part of the world that you are. We need to take it easy and allow these kids to grow and enjoy the process of learning. So you find that so many children, they don't even enjoy school because when it comes to school, there's so much pressure. There's a lot of pressure for them to read and to write and to do things that they don't necessarily want to do. Maria Montessori has said, and we as educators over the years, we have come to agree with her, that the work of a child is actually play. The work of the child is play, so it's very, very important that we allow these children to play. Please, I urge you as parents to take it easy. Don't start putting so much pressure on children. They will ultimately read they won't read at the same time. And when you want to teach them to read, there are strategies to reading. There's the Montessori way, there's the Jolly Phonics way, there's sounds all around. There's so many materials that you can use, and that is a separate video which we are actually going to cover at another time. So I thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. Do subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for stopping by. Poshe. Bye.